Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our new Big Brother 22 video. Coco Vanderwolf is here to try to make us feel better that we still don't have live feeds.
No, the dogs and cats of the live feeds are now the stars.
Really are. And, we can try our best to break that down, or like those couple of minutes you get the bunny. Like, these are the exciting highlights from the animals that it feels like the feeds have been on since like 3 in the morning at this point. We're going to talk still about the episode because why not? This is the only Big Brother content that we have at the moment.
It is so weird not having the live feeds all day long.
We'll still go in, I guess, a little bit about theories and what could be going on here as this video progresses. But before we dive into anything more here, if you guys enjoy this video, subscribe, give us a like, support us further by checking those links to the store and also our Patreon.
Okay, so we might as well talk about the Zings.
Okay.
I mean, we wait all season for Zingbot. He's here. It happened. There were some good ones in there. There were some duds, but there were some really good ones. David's was my favorite. I mean, we've all been talking about, should he be on this season? He's played for like a minute, and now he's on All Stars, and so there was a good joke about that. I was happy to see that joke, and I was happy to see that he had good humor with it.
I like Davon's thing, mostly because I think Davon was a kind of good sort of sense of humor about it. I like that Big Brother's actually acknowledging that the challenge exists now, that it's not like some mystical entity that can never be spoken about.
Yeah, no, Davon's was good too.
Yeah, it was good, and, ultimately, I always think with Zings, it's better if you could just laugh at yourself, have a good time with it. Don't be like Christmas, who got all like salty and is like flipping off the camera when she's walking inside.
Yeah, and you could see that Danny didn't take hers that well. Look, what Nicole did not take hers well. I mean, some of them were a little mean, but he is biting. It is what it is with him, as they say on this show. It is what it is, yo.
That's it. Like
That's it.
He even said that's it in a diary room tonight. Like, Enzo, you're so on brand. The Danny Zing was lame. Like, I'm fine to say that. Like, if Danny is old, we're all old, apparently.
I know, but you could see it on her face that she was just like, really? I'm old. Like, yes, it was kind of lame, but it's not. Some people take offense to being called old. I'm not one of these people, but some people are.
I will say the Nicole Zing, this really did two different things that Zingbot now loves to do. Number one, do something in a sing song, and then number two, swear and get bleeped out. Like, I remember Zingbot did this for Paul with the shut the blank up before
Yep.
Paul put the like floaty on Zingbot, which is still one of my favorite Zingbot moments ever.
I also really liked David's confessional where he had his impression of Memphis.
His impression of Memphis was basically my impression of Memphis. And it's like, David has been watching these videos, and if that's the case, David, we're pulling for you at this point.
It was like an impression of you doing an impression of Memphis. It was great.
There is one thing that's relevant about Zingbot being where he was in the context of where we're going from here in the game, because they said specifically at the very end of the show tonight, a BB legend returns to the game to kick off a new twist.
Yeah.
That means that it was not Zingbot, that Zingbot's already happened, so we can separate those two things completely unless they're bringing Zingbot back, which I doubt.
Yeah, that was definitely a theory that was out there, and it was a good theory, Why not have Zingbot be the neighbor, part of the neighbor twist? But it looks like that's not going to be it.
No, instead, though, that balcony where he was sort of at, I feel pretty strongly now that's where the neighbor is going to be. I mean, I think they've probably built that for more than just one reason, and now I can totally see Rachel Riley up there just yelling at people for like the day that they bring her in. Because if you're gonna have somebody up there, they gotta have like some serious chaotic energy. Like, you can't bring Derek up there and because Derek's not gonna be that entertaining up there. You need somebody who's gonna be like yelling at the lowly peasants below.
I just want to know that there's more to this twist than just another person besides Zingbot going up there and yelling at everybody. There needs to be something, whether it's some sort of temptation or some sort of punishment that happens. Whoever the legend is that is coming back, they need to give or take. It needs to be like a Pandora's box, except it's the neighbor that maybe they are going to like offer goodies to leave the game or to, do something to somebody. It's just got to be something.
I know what it is. I'm gonna do. I figured it out, everyone. Here we go. It is called Rachel's Magic Life Vest, and she's gonna throw the life vest down, and whoever catches it, they have the ability to float up out of danger and end up being safe for the week. That is it. Everyone gets to grab a life vest when Rachel is up there. Thank you, Big Brother. I am awaiting my check for this contribution to the season.
Except that it will be Cody who will win this.
Yeah, no, it's gonna. Oh wait, it's Dan. Dan's up there, and this is actually he's just handing something down to Memphis. Yeah. That would be where we are in Big Brother 20 at this point, really.
Yeah, I don't think it's going. I've seen some people say that maybe, it could be someone like a Dan or a Derek or something, but I don't think they're going to bring somebody back that had a relationship or a very tight relationship with somebody there. So I think they're kind of off the list.
Yeah, like I could see maybe Rachel. I know she played with Enzo, but I don't think anybody really remembers the relationship between Rachel and Enzo.
Yeah, I don't think there really was one.
No, I don't. This is not like the Hitmen or, the Renegades or anything like that. The thing that I'm kind of thinking a lot about here, because unless the feeds magically come back tonight, and we'll continue to sort of share some theories on this, they didn't specifically say that the neighbor twist is happening live tomorrow. They did say that the show is live, so it's theoretically possible that this is not a wall yeller anymore. This is not the aftermath of it. It is that whatever this twist is, like maybe it's actually kind of happening now, but if it's happening now, wouldn't Davon then be eligible or Kevin be eligible for whatever it is?
Yeah, that's why it is so weird that the feeds have been down for this long. If it's a wall yeller, it seems like an abnormal amount of time that they would be down, unless there was some sort of really, really bad fallout from it. And I have seen some people having theories that maybe that's it, and that they're just going to keep the feeds down until tomorrow so that they can show the whole fight or fallout. But I mean, we've had some pretty bad fights this season, other seasons, and they've shown it. So I don't know what kind of fight that this could be or fallout this could be that they would shut down the live feeds for almost 24 hours or even all the way until tomorrow.
There's going to be a lot of tinfoil hatting that's going on over the next few minutes, so prepare yourselves accordingly. Just be like off on,
just keep it on.
Keep it on at this point, because I've heard a lot of theories out there already. I've heard, is somebody self-evicting from the game, which I can't see them going in the house this long, because if you self-evict at this point, you're not only not going to be on the jury, you're going to probably lose like tens of thousands of dollars you were paid to be on the season. It's just like you're 50 days in at this point. I can't imagine anyone just quitting unless it was like an extremely serious situation.
Yeah, it would have to be really serious. So if the theory that there is some sort of fight, that the wall yeller has caused a problem where Davon is really upset and she's having a fight with Nicole, and that's so explosive that she's gonna leave, and she's, I just don't see Davon doing that. I don't know.
The other one I've heard is that, okay, maybe production is intentionally doing this to spike up the ratings for CBS on Thursday night.
I saw that too.
Yeah, and I've seen this one a lot, and I get it. I get the temptation to want to think that CBS executives are sitting somewhere being like, more people are going to watch now, but I don't fully buy this theory sometimes, because I feel like, for me anyway, as a live feeder, it's great seeing the fights on the feeds, but then seeing and sort of thinking about, okay, how is this going to be presented on TV? Like, I think it's good promotion for the show to kind of have people that are sort of knowing and talking about it and buzzing about it in advance, because I think this just annoys feeders and makes them not want to watch the shows altogether.
Yeah, and I mean, I have seen a lot of people saying that they're not watching the show at all right now, that they are just either watching the feeds or they're just watching Big Brother YouTubers at this point to kind of keep up with what is going on. But keeping this, if there's a big fight, keeping this fight off the feeds is not going to all of a sudden bring those people back to the show. I think whoever's checked out of the show is checked out of the show.
I don't foresee that being a situation where it happens. And I know that if there's a fight or something and it's involving a wall yeller, maybe they're afraid of everybody putting on more tinfoil hats and being like, oh, is this so-and-so's secret friend that they orchestrated to come near the CBS lot or anything else?
The thing that I thought it might be that the feeds are down or that they've moved everyone inside or they're trying to keep it all sort of locked down at this point is that they are done with the wall yellers and that they are trying to construct something to just stop it, like either put some sort of plexiglass over top or what. They can't move the set right now or the house. It is a set. They can't move it right now, but they can try to do something to stop it because there's been an ongoing problem now for weeks and it's multiple times a week, and I'm sure that production's getting irritated with it. I know the house cats are over it now because they keep losing the backyard. So they might just actually be out there trying to figure out something, and in the meantime, I mean, it could be that they're having more wall yellers and they're just like, okay, we need to just keep the feeds down, everybody getting punished. It's sort of like, we're all waiting to go out for recess, but there's that one person who's messing around and making it that we all lose our recess, and that might be happening.
Yeah, which, by the way, I hated all of you teachers who did that in school. You all stunk. Don't punish everyone for the acts of the few. Not fair. I know life's not fair, but come on. I've got one more theory before we'll get into a couple more game things, but this is one that actually is just sort of in the human error side of things. Mm-hmm. We know they're dealing with a limited crew at the moment. Mm-hmm. What if, something just broke and, the mechanisms to broadcast the feeds just aren't working properly or whatever else? It would be nice if they would just come out and tell us all instead of me having to keep that silly tab open all day and just be like, is it on? Is it on? Is it on? But could it just be that something's on the fritz?
I think they would tell us that.
Probably.
I mean, everybody's paying for the feeds. If it's a situation like that, I think that at this point, with it being down for so long, they probably would just say, listen, people are going to understand. Listen, we're having difficulties, technical difficulties. We have a skeleton crew. We're working on the best we can. Please bear with us. I mean, we're reasonable. We'll be like, all right, things happen.
They do, and it's a difficult time. Everyone's human, but I think in just not telling us anything, we just all get driven up the wall because we think they're hiding something, or it's controversial, or they're all screwing us over, and this is where we are. But to sort of summarize everything for those who haven't seen our past videos, unless something incredibly different has happened over the past, I don't know how many hours, Davon is going to be evicted. Probably tomorrow night. I don't think there's going to be a lot of drama. I don't even think it's going to be a close vote.
No, I don't think so. And I mean, she did sort of give a speech where she called out a couple people. And you see Enzo on the couch. He's just basically shaking his head being like, yeah, man, I totally missed that. There's nothing happened to me, yo. I was just watching him on the couch. I was like, how is this happening every single week? It's incredible.
Enzo he's got some magic or something. I don't know. I think he wears the hat to hide his unicorn horn that he has underneath there because he's so unique in how he plays.
No, it was cool to actually watch him in his body language to see where he was just kind of the way it looked like he was trying to play it off oh man, this is so intense and so whatever. But then you could kind of see that he was just oh, thank God it's not me. They haven't said anything about me. This is awesome. Yo.
I love that you just have to put yo at the end of everything. The one other
that's
thing
how
here.
You know I'm Enzo.
Yo. Okay, that's it. We're gonna talk about just briefly Tyler tonight. You really kind of got the sense that he was really still trying to build something a little bit with David, and a crazy thought sort of crossed my mind here because Christmas has that wise guys thing with Memphis now. Could David become Tyler's new sort of final two here potentially if he can sort of drag David or David wins HOH or something? Because if Tyler goes to the end with David, with the game David has played so far, even with Tyler, trying to quit the game at one point, which I think is probably going to hurt him, I think Tyler's still got a decent shot there.
I think Tyler's just in a good spot with his sort of if he's got David or he's got Christmas, he's beating both of them. It doesn't really matter who he brings.
I think that's probably true. I think I could also come into the house and have a chance against Christmas, like I said with Memphis previously. Isn't it gonna be funny if the feeds come back and it's like nothing has happened and everything is just normal? Like,
and they've just put some plexiglass over the top to stop the yellers.
What if they've done nothing at all and we're all just gonna collectively lose our minds?
It's possible. The one thing I will say about this episode that I did find interesting, and I hope that it's not just edit, but that the cracks in this major alliance are huge now, where you've got sort of this Danny and Nicole over here. Tyler and Memphis kind of have a little bit of something now. I know Memphis kind of came around at the end. He's like, yeah, maybe, yeah, okay, I get what's happening now, whatever. But Memphis doesn't like to be told what to do. Then you've got Tyler in his confessionals also saying, I don't like to be told what to do. I'm not just one of your soldiers. I'm here to play for myself as well. Like, hands are being shown for everybody except Cody and Enzo.
Cody and Enzo, therefore, they are in the best spot. I think that's a pretty likely final two. I would be interested to see that final two. Like, I don't know who actually wins in that scenario.
Yeah, I don't know.
But we'll tie this video up hopefully tomorrow before the show. The feeds will come back up and we'll have something more to talk about there. But for now, give us your favorite Zing from the episode. Give us your theory on the live feeds in the comments. And if you do like this discussion, give us a like, subscribe, support us further. Check those links to the store, our Patreon, and we'll see you here next time.